All right, we're here in rainy Tokyo. It's Ueno area. It's Tuesday morning and we are starting our 7 Pokemon centers in a day. So let's check it out. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna time to see how long it takes to get from Ueno to Ikebukuro to the next Pokemon Center, which I believe is Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. So let's go ahead and start that timer. Let's go get on the train. Let's go. Tokyo is the largest city in the world with a total population of 37 million, and it covers just over 13,000 square kilometers. But even better, it has the world's best trains, but it also has the world's best transportation system, making it possible to hit all 7 Pokemon centers in one day. So let's go. Okay, so we are 37 minutes into our journey from Ueno, from the hotel to Ikebukuro, and we are at the stop where the Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo is located. We're at Sunshine City here in Ikebukuro, and so far it has taken us 47 minutes and we are arriving here at the Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. Here it is. We made it in just 47 minutes. Alright, so we're here at the Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo here in Ikebukuro, and this is the front entrance. So what makes this Pokemon Center unique? Well, first, it's the largest in all of Tokyo. Secondly, its theme. This is Miraidon. That is the current logo. Now, this particular Pokemon Center has gone through 4 different logos during its time, but the overall theme has remained the same, Mega Evolutions. This Pokemon Center also carries plushies and kitchenware, clothing, stationery, games and the systems, and of course, the Pokemon cards. But first, a little history lesson about the Pokemon Centers. The Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo first opened its doors on December 12th of 2014. However, there is a twist to this. This is actually the very first ever Pokemon Center. Originally, it first opened its doors as the Pokemon Center Tokyo back in April 25th of 1998 in a building shared with Creatures Inc. This was located in the Funabashi area. They decided to close that store July 16th of 2007, and they reopened it in a new building in the Hamamatsu-choi area on July 20th of 2007. After 7 years there, they decided they needed to change locations once more. So on December 7th of 2014, they closed the doors and they officially moved the Pokemon Center to this location in the Sunshine City Shopping Center located here in Ikebukuro, thus becoming Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo, the flagship store. Since the move to Ikebukuro, this Pokemon Center has gone through 4 iterations of their logo, with the most recent being Miraidon. And as we enter Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo, you will see that they pretty much have the same products and merchandise that all of the Pokemon Centers carry. The big difference with this one, it is the largest Pokemon Center, so there's a little bit more of the products and merch that are there. There's quite a bit of variety to choose from. As you can see, we look around, you have purses and bags, plushies galore. These were this super cool Team Rocket shirts. Now, these are blind bags, so if you can see there in the bag, I believe there was 5 or 6 different Pokemon you could get on the shirt. We have a ton of different toys you can get. There's also the Nano Blocks, and that's something I like to pick up. I have a few of those here at the house. But for the most part, what makes this Pokemon Center a unique one to visit is because there's also located in the same spot, we have the Pikachu Suites by Pokemon Cafe. We also have the Pokemon Card Game Station and the Pokemon Go Lab, which is why this is the flagship store for the Pokemon Centers. So when you come to Tokyo, make sure you plan to come over to Ikebukuro to head up this Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo hotspot. There's also plenty to do in the area and several card shops. Also here we showcase what packs they have in stock, and to wrap it up, this Lugia figurine, which was super epic. Love to have bought it, just no room to bring it home. Okay guys, so of course we're here to find Pokemon packs. Now they've got boxes and boxes behind the register, but you can only get 2 per person, and you have to get these little cards. So we can get 2 of each set they have available. So these are the ones we're grabbing. So there's even some prismatic in there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm getting some, he's getting some, so technically we're gonna get 4. I could get more because I could get some for Isabella and Hayden, but we're just keeping it just to 2 people each. So yeah. Alright, so that's our first Pokemon Center of the day. Number 1 down. We got 6 more to go. This was Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. That is Miraidon as the mascot of the store. And again, pretty cool area. It's a great shopping place. This is Sunshine City. Alright, on to the next one, guys. And another unique feature to Pokemon City Mega Tokyo is the Pikachu Suites by Pokemon Cafe. Now, it's not located next to the Pokemon Center. It's actually, I believe, a floor below the Pokemon Center, but it is also located in Sunshine City, the shopping plaza. Here you'll find various sweets and desserts. There was no line. You need no reservations for this. You can really just walk up, you can order what you want, and take it away. But that's another unique feature to consider when visiting Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. And right here is a room to play Pokemon TCG. This was pretty cool. So they've got their own separate area to go play the game if you want. And then right next door, the first ever Pokemon Go lab. Now, what is it exactly? Because Pokemon Go is a mobile game, right? Well, it's a dedicated space for Pokemon Go fans located in the Sunshine City area. It's the first official Pokemon Go space of its kind, and it offers exclusive merchandise, life-size statues, and it's just a cool place to experience the game in a unique and interactive way. And then the boys were already checking out the display area, and as you can see, there was Instinct, Mystic, and Valor represented in there. But let's go ahead and take a closer look. Now, if you see here, there's like a counter that's giving up rivalries and team strength. I'm not sure where that was coming from, but maybe it's just overall Pokemon data that's collected. Still, this was super cool to check out. It was very interactive. And of course, we had to spin the Pokestops while we were there. And of course, we gotta stop by the Gachapon machines. So much fun with the Gachapon machines, but also a lot of money. You drop a lot of money in these things, so be prepared for that if you ever head to Japan. So like I said, we are now on to Pokemon Center number 2, Shibuya. Let's go. And again, we're gonna start our timer to see how long it takes us to get over there. So let's go. So we've made it to Shibuya. We're at Shibuya Crossings, and we're walking over to the Shibuya Pokemon Center. And welcome to the Times Square of Japan. This is Shibuya. And this part right here, this is better known as Shibuya Scramble. It is a multi-road, multi-crosswalk where thousands of people cross every single day. So once you get off the train for Shibuya, you'll have to walk right through the Shibuya Scramble crossing and get to experience it firsthand on your way to the Parko building where the Pokemon Center is located. Alright, we have made it to the Pokemon Center Shibuya, and it took 55 minutes from Ikebukuro to get here. Now it is a little slower because it was raining outside. It was a bit of a mess, but it took about 55 minutes or so to get over to here. So let's go check it out, see what makes this Pokemon Center unique. There you go. And we finally made it to our second Pokemon Center here in the Tokyo area. This is Shibuya. And of course, as you can see, Mewtwo in a Tube is here. Each Pokemon Center, it offers a unique merchandise, of course. There's mascots and their experiences, making each one a worthwhile visit, of course, for any Pokemon fan. Now, this Pokemon Center is located in the Shibuya Parko building, which is a multi-story shopping center. And right across the street, or right across the hallway, is the Nintendo store, the only official Nintendo store in all of Tokyo. So you get a double banger right there off the bat. Now, the theme is centered around the laboratory where Mewtwo was created or kept. I'm not sure, but it's definitely supposed to be like a lab. Now, some sites do say that the theme is based on the local area, which I think is also true. It's got a slick black with glowing neon color scheme to it. It feels very futuristic, but also it's, you know, gives that local nightclub scene feel as well. But it's more than just that. It's also a sign of the area's high fashion and popular cutting edge trends, and it's graffiti artwork everywhere, which is actually known by a very famous artist as Number D. Now, I was here with Epic Ethan in 2019 for the grand opening of this Pokemon Center. We got the promo TCG card as well, and it was really super cool. I had a great time there. It is pretty much the exact same. Nothing has changed. Now, we are here on a Tuesday, and this was also the launch of the brand new Black Bolt White Flare set in Japan. If you notice those people standing in line, not many actually have products. They're all in line to get the packs at the register. Now, another unique feature of this Pokemon Center, you can create your own custom-made t-shirt at the Pokemon Design Lab there. And the last fact I would add, it's either the third or the fourth largest Pokemon Center out of the 7 in the Tokyo area, but I would definitely say it is number 1 for being the busiest Pokemon Center out of the 7 in Tokyo. And it's a pretty simple reason why. It's also located in the most popular area in all of Tokyo, I would say, Shibuya. This area is very famous for both locals and tourists. And it's also home to the Shibuya Scramble, a very, very famous multi-crosswalk road public area, very often compared to New York's Times Square, which makes this area extremely popular with both locals and tourists. It also makes this Pokemon Center extremely popular with the locals and the tourists. And so for that reason, you got to come here to check out the Mewtwo in a Tube. You can't miss it. So that was our second Pokemon Center, guys. On to number 3 of the 7 Pokemon Centers here in Tokyo in our 7 Pokemon Center in 1 day video. Let's go, guys. First, we got to start our timer. So now we're going to go to Yokohama. So we got a long trip ahead. It's going to take a while to get from Shibuya to Yokohama. So let's go. All right, we're here at the Shibuya train station. We're now going to catch the JS train south to Yokohama to the next Pokemon Center, guys. So we're on our way. All right, we've made it to the Yokohama station, and we're going to walk over to the Pokemon Center. Number 3? Yeah, this will be the number 3 Pokemon Center today. Let's go. All right, everybody, we have made it to our 3rd Pokemon Center. We're here in Yokohama, and yeah, we're about an hour and 27 minutes from Shibuya Pokemon Center to get to here. Now again, it is raining out. It is madhouse here. It is summer. There's a lot of traffic. Might take a lot less time than this, But we're here, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what makes this one a different and unique Pokemon Center from all the others. Let's go. Well, first things first, is the Yokohama Pokemon Center a part of the Tokyo Pokemon Centers? Well, yes it is, because it is within the greater Tokyo area. However, it's technically not. Yokohama sits in the Kanagawa Prefecture, which is separate from the Tokyo Prefecture. However, because it still lies in the greater Tokyo area, it does count as part of the 7 Pokemon Centers, which everyone can easily get to if you ever visit Tokyo. So this Pokemon Center's theme is based on the fact that Yokohama sits in the port of Tokyo, so therefore it's water themed. And as you can see, we got a beautiful Kyogre hanging from the ceiling. And at the entrance of the Pokemon Center, we saw Turtwig, Quaxly, Manaphy, and Sailor Pikachu. As I said in the first 2 Pokemon Centers that we visited, most of them pretty much carried the same merchandise. So plushies, kitchenware, clothing, stationery, games, stickers, and of course, the trading cards. But since some stores are out of stock on some things, other stores have it in stock, like that really epic Aerodactyl plushie and that Machamp lineup. The overall size of the store was fairly big. I would even include it as being one of the larger Pokemon centers in the Tokyo area. And again, because it was the opening weekend for Black Bolt and White Flare, they had lines that were taking over an hour to check out because people were mainly buying the packs of Pokemon cards that you could only get at the register, and they were limited. Not a huge plushie guy, but I gotta admit, some of these plushies, they really get to you. I could definitely have grabbed that Mimikyu. And over here, we have some more purses and handbags. Definitely pretty cool looking. And right around the other side of the wall, socks. Of course, everyone could use some Pokemon socks. They were holding some type of an event. However, they had just closed it up, so I guess we missed it. But I'm assuming we could have entered and probably won. It looks like maybe a keychain or 2. And then there were these cool figurines, very Funko-esque. I definitely wanted to grab a couple, but just not enough room to bring home. But I have been collecting a lot of figurines lately. And over here we had some pretty epic dishware. Only the Pokemon Center could get me to think about buying it. Originally, I did grab that Rayquaza that you see there, and I was going to go back and grab a few other plushies. But when I was told that the line was taking an hour to check out, sadly we couldn't do it because we did have to finish getting to the rest of the Pokemon Centers for the day. The Pokemon Centers are so community oriented. Look at this ongoing events and campaigns they have posted for everyone to see. You want to buy one of these bags? Well, just know going to Japan, you pretty much have to buy bags everywhere you go. Alright, so that's pretty much it. There's not a whole big difference to this one. Again, it's supposed to be kind of like a water theme, being here in Yokohama. I know there's also the new one, Tokyo Bay, that's also water themed. But yeah, it's a small Pokemon Center, it's not really big. Pretty much the same stuff, but again, the mascots are different, so pretty cool. But now it's time to head to our 4th Pokemon Center. So we're gonna head over to Tokyo Station and Tokyo DX, so let's go. Oh, you got it. There you go. She got one. Show it to me. We're here at the Yokohama Train Center. I believe the GoPro experienced some corruption issues from overheating, but I did start the timer up in the left-hand corner. Heading back into Tokyo, we're about to head to the Tokyo Station Pokemon Center, and then we're gonna go to the Pokemon DX again. We have finally arrived at the Tokyo main station. We're headed over to the Tokyo Station Pokemon. It's not a center. It's called, basically it's a Pokemon Center, but it's called Pokemon Station. And we're headed there right now. So, see you in a minute. And we made it. 45 minutes from Yokohama here to the next Pokemon Center Station. And this is the Pokemon store at Tokyo Station. Now, it opened back in November of 2013, and it specialized in train-themed merch, of course, being that it is located in the Tokyo Station, the Grand Station for Tokyo. Perfectly makes sense, right? Which makes it unique from the rest of the official Pokemon centers. That, and it's also the smallest Pokemon store in the world. Plus, it's not called a Pokemon Center. And the reason is pretty simple, because of its size. It has less offerings than a typical Pokemon Center, but it is essentially, for all intents and purposes, a Pokemon Center. Just a small version is all. In July of 2024, they relocated the store from the basement location in the train station to a much larger and a more accessible location in the station on the first floor. The mascot remains Conductor Pikachu. However, the plushie seems to become quite hard to obtain, as I found out, as they were completely sold out of the Conductor Pikachu plushie, which, to be honest, it was one of the main plushies that I wanted to pick up on this trip. And some of the other cooler items in here, surprisingly, something very simple. It was a bag. It was the gold Pikachu bag, which we just saw here in the video, and a tin of cookies, which I did pick up both of those items. Now, the tin, very classic looking, you can see it here again in the video, with the Conductor Pikachu right on the front. And there was a bunch of other cool items here. They did have some small snacks, other items. They had a few TCG items, actually. They did sell the black and white, or otherwise known as Black Bolt White Flare Packs, at the register here as well, and they had them in stock. But the irony was the line, look how short the line was when we waited in long lines at the other stores. So if you did want to pick up packs, you see these hanger tabs with the pack art on them? That's what you grabbed, and you brought those to the counter. You simply handed them to the employee and they got the packs for you. And again, everything was uber limited. I believe most packs were limited to 2 packs a person, and the Black Bolt White Flare packs were limited to 5 of each one per person. I would definitely say my biggest regret was not picking up maybe a couple more of these to use as gifts. Now, whether you were going to eat the cookies or not, the tin was well worth it, and they're pretty inexpensive. And of course, here we are at checkout, and you can see we didn't grab a whole lot of items, just a few things. Of course, Epic Ethan had to grab his Greninja plushie, and we did get some TCG packs here at this location as well. But that's going to do it from the Pokemon store at Tokyo Station, i.e. the Pokemon Center at Tokyo Station. Now we're on to the next one. Alright, so now that we've done our 4th Pokemon Center today, which is, again, this is the Tokyo train station. Unfortunately, they didn't have the plushie, which is what I really wanted the most on this entire trip. But now what we're going to do is we're going to run over to the Pokemon Center DX, also known as the Pokemon Cafe, where we ate at, and we are going to reset our clock, and let's see how long it takes to get over this. So here we go. We're running the clock. Let's go over. It's really close to here, so it shouldn't take long. It says about 10 minutes. Let's go. We've not left the station, but it's going to be a challenge. It's getting dark, if you can't tell. The light is going. We're losing the light. Am I going to make it in time for the rest of these Pokemon centers? So after this one, we have the Skytree Pokemon Center, and then there's the Tokyo Bay Pokemon Center. But I can pretty much tell you now, it's gonna be really close whether we can take the train there and make it on time before they close. So we'll see what happens when we get to Skytree, guys. But we are on our way. And just like that, 10 minutes, we are here. This is the building that houses the Pokemon Center DX and Pokemon Cafe here in Tokyo. And you're first greeted by the elevator lift, which the walls are covered in various gen starters to welcome you. Then, when you walk out of the elevator, you're greeted by what I consider to be the best mascot of any Pokemon Center. It's a giant Snorlax. Keep getting there. And just beyond that, it is a little history showing how it started, where it is today. Alright, so we're here at the Pokemon Center DX, and what makes it unique and different? Well, it's not my second favorite all-time Pokemon. Sometimes it's my favorite, it all depends what day it is. Snorlax. So let's go take a quick look inside and see what else it's about. So we have a giant wall of history here. You know yet? The original video games and the original Pocket Monsters. Super cool. The red and blue, of course. Venusaur up there. We got Pikachu. With the original games through Game Boy as they came out. Super cool. Look at that. It's so faded. A lot of this is faded, I guess, from over the years. Look at the Rayquaza. There you go. So this is one of the great features that separates this from the other Pokemon centers. We got Spiggerito and Doxley. Alright. We got, these machines are everywhere. They're at all the Pokemon centers. So many fans are under the impression this is the very first ever Pokemon Center, and it's quite easy to understand why so many think this. It is literally just 2 blocks away from the first ever Pokemon Center. However, it's just not the case. After the first Pokemon Center left for the Hamamatsu district, this left a void where most new Pokemon existed for many years. On March 14th of 2018, Pokemon decided to bring back to the area a Pokemon Center along with creating the first ever Pokemon Cafe, and it's all located on the 5th floor in the Funabashi East building, just 4 blocks away from the very popular Tokyo train station. What sets this Pokemon Center apart from the rest, making it unique? The initials DX are in the name, and the rumor is it stands for Deluxe. The assumption is you're getting a Pokemon Center and a cafe together in one. Now, it is a little bit smaller than the Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo. And the overall theme of this Pokemon Center is that it blends traditional Japanese culture with the modern Pokemon world. Not to mention, it seems to be a fan favorite, one, for the giant Snorlax, and two, because it's located in the heart of Tokyo, right off the train station. And this might be the hardest reservation in town to get. This is the Pokemon Cafe at the Pokemon Center DX. Now, reservations can be taken as early as 2 months out, and it is highly recommended. We got super lucky. The day we traveled to Japan, a spot opened up in the very late evening, which was fine because it coincided our plan to visit all 7 Pokemon centers in the Tokyo greater area. Now, they do accept walk-ups, but you basically just have to wait in line. You're hoping somebody no-shows on their reservation. But here's some great examples of some of the food that they serve. You can go online to the Pokemon Cafe website, and you can also take a look at the various dishes that they serve. It is a unique experience and a must-do for any true Pokemon fan. You can take the time and walk around and enjoy the wall decor, all the various attributes that make this Pokemon Cafe super epic to visit, and they have their very own merch. From the dishes that you're going to eat your food on or drink from, including the silverware. Plus, you've got your themed plushies, of course, from Chef Pikachu to Waiter Pikachu to Desserts Pikachu, including Graduate Pikachu, and you even have a Poltergeist teapot. And while we waited for our food, I enjoyed this epic Gengar drink. And here comes our plate. I got the Snorlax chicken with rice and shrimp and a salad. Now, I don't eat the shrimp, so I give that to Isabella, and she also got the Snorlax plate. Now, the boys, they just got desserts. We made it to the Sky Tree. We are currently at the base, working our way up to the 4th floor where the Pokemon Center is. Alright everybody, we did it. We made it to our 6th Pokemon Center of the day. We're at the Skytree Pokemon Center with a incredible unique theme. It is Rayquaza. And we did it in about 16 minutes. So from the Shibuya Pokemon DX Pokemon Cafe, right outside is the Asakusa line. You hop right on it, and it'll get you over here in about 15-16 minutes, depending on how many people are traveling. But we are here. Now let's go check out, see what makes this Pokemon Center unique from all the others. Obviously, it's Rayquaza. When we came here in 2019, we spent about $400 in plushies on Ethan alone. Pokemon Center, and he had pretty wild. But as you can see, it's all the same stuff. These are called the Generations decks. We got Tarlugia, you got the Snorlax, Pikachu. But here's another super cool Rayquaza. Let's go. Rayquaza is in the house. Very, very similar to what basically we have seen at the other Pokemon centers. There's a few things here and there differently, but for the most part, it's all the same stuff. The line isn't too long here compared to the other ones that we've seen today. Again, the Rayquaza. And then we got the wall of stickers, which we picked up a few today. And I'm not sure if they have much more left. Oh, snap. Look at that. Emoji items. Ooh, luggage tags. Wow, I didn't see these before. That's super cool. Neck pillows. Oh man, that would have been super cool to get one of those. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it. A lot is out of stock as they've been selling all day. Hey, let's go. Look at the Pikachu. What is this? For you. What is this? Like a special flowers? Wow. You got anything from Mama? Alright everybody, unfortunately it is now 8 o'clock here in Tokyo. The Pokemon Centers close at 9. The train ride to the Tokyo Bay Pokemon Center is basically an hour plus. So unfortunately we failed in our mission to visit all 7 Pokemon Centers here in the Tokyo area, but we did get 6 in, which is pretty epic. So the final length and tally of this trip, 96.7 kilometers or 60 miles round trip. Subway and walking is what it took to go from Ueno Station all the way around and ended up at Skytree, and it took us 11 hours to do it, coming up just short of getting to the last and final Pokemon Center. But admittedly, we did make some stops and we were a little slower, so it can be done. Later, peace out. See you guys.